Hello guys, welcome to our Sports Pro Live YouTube channel. This is Bulldogs vs Sea Eagles NRL 2024 finals. I will be talking about the preview. Kindly make sure to subscribe guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah bro. Bulldogs vs Sea Eagles ZD live finals. Hello. Excuse me. Where we the Bulldogs and Sea Eagles renew acquaintances in a knockout semi-final just a fortnight after the boys from Brookvale produced one of their best performances of the season to roll Cameron Ciraldo's main 34-22. Canterbury followed that up with a loss to Cowboys in round 27, but Manly defeat at the hands of the Sharks means the blue and white's first final since 2016 will be played on home soil prior to the last two rounds. The Bulldogs had won 5 on the trot while Manly arrived in the finals having lost 3 of their past 6 matches, including a shock loss to Wooden Spooners West Tigers in round 25. Both sides are set to welcome big names for the sudden death clash with Matt Burton and Bronson Jerry on track for the Dogs and Tom Trbojevic ready to return from a shoulder injury for Manly. In 5 previous finals meetings between the sides, the Bulldogs have won 4 including the 1995 Grand Final when they started huge underdogs but got home 17-4 on the back of a brutal forward pack and some Jim Dimmock magic. The promise to be a classic showdown between. Sorry guys for the interruption. Now I will be talking about the team news. Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are 117 with no late changes. Center Bronson Jerry 5'8" Matt Burton and winger Jadel Skelton are all back on deck in a triple backline boost. Jacob Kiraj slides back to the wing after playing center last week. Blake Taffy is 18th man. Josh Adokar has chosen to stand himself down. Seagulls mainly will run out 117 with no game day changes. The return of fullback Tom Trbojevic from shoulder injury sees Tolu Kula revert to the centres and Tommy Talau move back to the wing. Clayton Fogalo goes to the 18th man. The Seagulls will play their 100th NRL match. Bulldogs vs Seagulls. Team list: Bulldogs, Tracy, Kairaj, Zuri, Crichton, Skelton, Burton, Sexton, King, Mahoney, Hughes, Kikau, Preston, Salmon, interchange Hayward, Morins, Hines, reserve Staffy, Quran and reserve Staffy. Seagulls, Trebojevic, Talu, Kula, Garrick, Hapote, Brooks, Cherry, Evans, Paseka, Krukar, Lodge, Olaikatu, Lawton, Trebojevic, interchange Ben Trebojevic, Aloilai, Ballamore, Brown, reserves Faululo, and Manly Sea Eagles, Allianz Stadium also. Tickets will be on sale for both 2 weeks, both two matches to the competing clubs ticketed members at 10 a.m. Monday, while tickets for the competing clubs non-ticketed members will be on sale at 1 p.m. Yeah, bro. There's the tickets information. The Seagulls outlasted the Bulldogs 24-22 in an epic sudden death semi-final at Accor Stadium. Second half tries to Delhi Cherry Evans and Tolukola ensured Manly would keep their season alive and move on to the face the Roosters in week 2. The Bulldogs made the perfect start in the 7th minute after a spilled bomb by Tom Tabajovic gave them field position and quick hands from Villami Kikau put Jacob Kirach over in the corner for 4-0 lead. Okay, boss. On the back of consecutive penalties against the Bulldogs for interference in the ruck, it was Manly hitting back through Tommy Teleu after slick hands from the Tribujevic and Tolukola. Yeah, bro. 4 minutes later, the Bulldogs answered back in style when Kikau exploded through Tom Trbojevic on the left edge to cross for his fifth try of the season to make it 10-6 before a perfectly weighted chip kick by Matt Burton set up Stephen Crichton for a try, and the blue and whites had raised to a 10-point lead. With the game threatening to get away from the Seagulls struck late in the half when the Lehi Hapote soared high to bring down a bomb and offload to Ethan Bullimore, who stepped Gerald Skelton and scored under the post. A huge play from Crichton when he man handled Hapote back into the in goal after the Manly winger had taken a kick gave the Dogs a shot at more points, but the Seagulls held firm. Come in the 47th minute, and the weight of possession told as a tap on by Crichton from a Toby Sexton kick found Skelton, who showed good footwork to get across the line for 22-12 lead. The Seagulls successfully launched a captain challenge in the 55th minute after a knock-on call against Garrick and scored straight from the scrum courtesy of a superbly worked run around play between Luke Brooks and Cherry Evans, who touched down to make it 22-18. The Bulldogs launched a raid with 15 minutes to go, but Reed Mahoney grubber was too heavy and Manly came away. Match snapshot: Bulldogs backrower William Kikau was placed on report in the 16th minute for a shoulder charge. Seagulls forward Ethan Bullemore was placed on report in the 34th minute for a high tackle. The Bulldogs dominated the fast running meters to the tune of the 852 to 690 meter. They completed 19 of 20 sets in the opening 40 minutes. Yeah, bro. Bulldogs hooker Reed Mahoney was placed on report in the 52nd minute for a dangerous tackle. Bulldogs fullback Conor Tracy ran for 174 meters while Tom Tarbojevic managed 177 meters for Manly. Bulldogs hooker Reed Mahoney played his 150th NRL game. He came up with 61 tackles in another tireless display. A crowd of 50,704 people was on hand at Accor Stadium. The Seagulls have won 11 of their past 12 games against Bulldogs. So, this was the after match reaction. Kindly make sure to subscribe and thank you so much for watching.